What do you eat on a rainy day? Something warm, something that feels like home. In Bangladesh, the smell of khichuri means comfort, rice and lentils cooked with care. In Korea, friends and family gather around hot, crackling pans of pajeon. In Mexico, menudo simmers for hours, rich, brothy, and soul-restoring. And here in New York City, you can find all three, just a few train stops apart. 3 cultures, 3 dishes, 1 rainy day. This is a story about food, memories, and what we reach for when the sky begins to fall. We emerge from the subway to a surprisingly sunny day, but it's gonna rain later, right? So we're here in Jackson Heights, the home of New York's Bangladeshi community, and we're actually about to eat khichuri at Khichuri Bari.
আমার নাম পারভেজ ডালি, দোকানের নাম খিচুড়ি বাড়ি। আমি আজকে 4 মাস আমি সেম কাজই করতাম। আমাদের আবার বাংলাদেশেও রেস্টুরেন্ট বিজনেস আছে, ওই হিসাবে আমি আর কি কোকের পুরো কাজ পারি। জব করছিলাম, পরে আমি এখন এটা নিজে দিছি। আমাদের খিচুড়ি খুবই ভালো চলতেছে, আর আলহামদুলিল্লাহ খাবারও মানসই সেম বাংলাদেশের খাবার। আমরা ফোজিং হাঁস না, লাইভ হাঁস আনি। খুবই এটা ভালো চলতেছে, মানুষের কাছে ভালোই লাগছে। তো আশা করি দিন দিন আরও ভালো কিছু দিব উপহার। মানুষের যদি খাবারের মান সম্মান থাকে তাহলে আলহামদুলিল্লাহ আরও কাস্টমার আসবে। আর কাস্টমারেরও আমি সার্ভিস দেওয়া খুব ভালোভাবে সার্ভিস দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করতেছি। সবার কাছে দোয়া করি আপনারা সবাই আসবেন, খাবার একদম সেম ঘরের খাবারের মতো পাবেন।
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Khichuri ultimately is just rice and dal or lentils being cooked together, usually with some spices, and it'll come out this kind of yellowy color that we're seeing here. But it really does vary based on what region you're going to, especially when it comes to the texture of the khichuri itself. Some prefer it drier, some prefer it more liquidy. Also, people use different types of rice grains, different mixtures of the lentils that go into the khichuri itself. It has so many different variations of the dish. It's widely seen as this very healing and soothing dish. So it's commonly eaten on rainy days, of course, but also maybe when you're sick. Did you know that during World War I, Indian soldiers stationed in Egypt brought khichuri? Locals took note, adapted it, and added their own twists with macaroni, tomato sauce, chickpeas, and crispy onions. Now this hearty masterpiece is hailed as Egypt's national dish. A fusion born of war now provides comfort to millions in Egypt, and even has a similar name, koshari. Now back to a very eager and hungry stovetop. Immediately you can tell how well spiced this is. Well, this is really spicy. It's delicious. The khichuri is really well flavored. The duck buna is very savory, well cooked and tender. And then of course you have the salad for the refreshing crunch, and the achar for that citric kind of acidic hit that you want with every single bite. And when you see enthusiasm like this, you know it's real.
Okay, buy it from here. It's the best. It's the best.
And with that raving review, we're off to a story.
My name is Lee, and this is mokja. Mokja means let's eat. So when you say the mokja, you already know the Korean word.
So for our second stop, we're here in Astoria, Queens at Mokja, a Korean restaurant, and we're here to try jeon, which is a savory pancake that's a rainy day staple in Korea. But first, some banchan.
This is a kimchi we call. It's made of the cabbage, so we fermented it, so it gives you a little probiotic.
Can you hear that? Very deep, rich, fermented flavor coming from the cabbage. I love the color on it too. Like if you see how red this is.
This is radish, but we call yellow radish.
It's super refreshing, very sweet. Also, all right, the banchan's gonna have to wait because we know what we're really here for. And it sounds like the rain.
Like the rain.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. Mostly we're raining, they eat pajeon, which is, this is a seafood. The pajeon means, pa means scallion, jeon means pancake like this one. So we call pajeon scallion pancake. So its combination is very good with makgeolli with the pajeon. Raining day, the Korean, or like my mom, my father and my grandmother, that this is a Korean traditional alcohol. It's made of the rice and it's the fermented it. So that's why this is a probiotic too. I guess you need a fork,
She gave me a fork. Thank you.
Now equipped with forks and chopsticks, we dove into the jeon. The outside, perfectly crisp. The inside, fluffy and tender. The texture reminded me of a really good hash brown rather than pancake. Each bite was packed with green onion, mussels, shrimp, and squid. It was briny, savory, and all deeply satisfying. But to really appreciate this dish, we have to look at where it came from. Once gracing the platters of Korea's royal court, jeon was a delicacy reserved for kings and noble feasts. But centuries later, that story has changed. Today, jeon can be found on street carts and in home kitchens, democratized for every palate. This dish, with its simple ingredients and associated nostalgia, reminds us that food, once fit for royalty, can still feed the soul of a nation. I have not felt a single drop of rain, but the food hits so good that you don't even need it. Sunny and as dry as can be, we head to our final stop. Okay, so we're at the third stop of our comfort/rainy day food tour at Mi Espiguita here in Astoria, Queens. We're gonna order some menudo, which I'm personally really excited about. I've been reading a lot about it. It's supposed to be a great comfort dish on a rainy day. I'm really excited for this pancita. I've read so much about it. So menudo is basically a Mexican soup, and the star of the dish is the cow's tripe. And it takes a really long time to cook. You know, preparation can vary, but oftentimes 7 to 8 hours. So you'll see that restaurants only serve it on the weekends. Menudo is also a dish shaped by Central American history. Spanish colonization emphasized meat and dairy in the Mexican diet and brought a tradition of tripe stews. Similar to many South Asian dishes, menudo is also very regional. In the north, it runs red with chili, while the central regions favor a clear, brothy menudo blanco, and coastal regions even add seafood. Today's bowl had that signature fatty mouthfeel from hours of simmering tripe, mild in taste but very rich in body. Sharp hits of lime, onion, and cilantro brought balance. Perfect for a rainy day comfort dish. Again, going back to food that you want on a rainy day, something that's comforting, something that's healing. I would argue a lot of the food that we had today almost tasted regenerative. Like it's something that you would eat to make yourself feel better, right? These are emotions that humans feel when it rains. You seek that warmth, that shelter, and you want to see that in the food that you eat as well. And I think all three of the dishes that we hit today, especially this menudo, hit on that note. But I think we need a second opinion.
This lime is tough to squeeze, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the lime. It's a big ass lime too. I thought this would be easy. Ugh, I'm almost there. I don't think I would eat this at 2 a.m., but like 11 a.m. the next day, start my day, you know, refresh. This would be great.
The time is now 6:51. Now it is a 30% chance at 10 p.m. of rain. But we're not worried about it because we hit 3 great spots. They were all delicious. And now we know where to go during a rainy day. Yeah, overall great day. No rain, unfortunately, but I do think it's a very solid rainy day food crawl.
What do you like to do on rainy days?
Not even because we're doing a whole video on it, but I really do like to eat on a rainy day. You DoorDash some food, you get underneath the covers, you watch a good show. A rainy day is a great day to run through a season of any trashy like reality TV. Temptation Island, me and Aman have been watching Temptation Island. Lahane, yo, watch Lahane. Me and my roommates are like obsessed over it. They're all great rainy day activities, and you know, you can accompany that or pair that with some khichuri, some menudo, some jeon, and all these options are for you here in the great city of New York. Let us know in the comments what you guys like to do on rainy days, what you guys like to eat, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. But just as we wrapped and all hope was lost, it finally happened.